My name is Kat, and today I'm doing my November book haul. So you might be able to tell that I still don't have my bookshelves set up here in my new apartment. Almost all of my books are still in storage right now, and I couldn't have that. So I went and bought a bunch of new ones, which I am now going to show you. I have 11 books to haul here, so let's get into it. First up, I have the book that I am most excited about because it is my most anticipated release of 2015, and that is Winter by Marissa Meyer. This is the fourth and final book in the Lunar Chronicle series, and I'm currently reading it, and I'm currently loving it so very much. This is actually the Booksplosion Book of the Month pick for December, so we're working with Macmillan on this, and I'll put all of the read-along info down in the description below if you want to get in on this. And I highly recommend that you do get in on this series because it is fantastic. It's one of my favorite series of all time, and even though I haven't finished this book quite yet, I know it's going to be one of my favorites of the year because it's so good. I love the world and the story and all of the characters, and I just ship everything so much, and it's just a beautiful, wonderful series that I love. I love it. Then I have here Lumberjanes Volume 2, Friendship to the Max. This is a collection of comics. I believe there are 4 issues in this bind-up. I read Volume 1 a couple of months ago, and I really enjoyed it, so of course I want to continue the series. It's fun and quirky, and I love the art style, and anything Noelle Stevenson does, I want to check out because I really love her work, so it's good stuff. Next up I have here Through the Dark by Alexandra Bracken. This is a hardcover bind-up of the 3 novellas that take place in the world of the Darkest Minds. I have already read 2 of the novellas when they were released in ebook form, but I have not yet read the 3rd one, and I just really wanted the hardcover bind-up to put on my shelves. You know, when I actually have shelves again. Next up I have here Ice Like Fire by Sarah Rash. This is the 2nd book in the Snow Like Ashes trilogy, I want to say. I actually haven't read the 1st book yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy it, and I do love a good marathon, so I figured I might as well have the 2nd book ready to go. It's high fantasy, and I've heard great things about it, and I'm just really excited to get into the series. Next up, I have here Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Groden. And this book just sounds so cool. It takes place in an alternate world where during World War II, the Axis powers won. So it's set in 1956, and Hitler is still alive, and there's this motorcycle race, this competition, and the winner gets to meet Hitler. The main character is a girl who survived a death camp, and now she's entering the motorcycle race in order to win the prize of meeting Hitler so she can kill him. So yeah, it sounds really interesting, and I believe it's a standalone, which I'm always into that, and it has some glowing endorsements here from Laini Taylor, Victoria Schwab, Amy Kaufman, so I needed to get this. I need to read this book. Next up is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. Now the premise of this one might be a little bit hard for me to explain well, but I'm gonna try. Basically, you have your chosen ones, the ones who fall in love with vampires and fight ghosts and have incredible destinies, and then there's everyone else. And this book is about the everyone else's. I don't know, I just think it sounds really interesting, and I am ashamed to admit that I haven't yet read anything by Patrick Ness, so I really need to fix that, and I think I'm gonna start with this one. Next up I have here Vengeance Road by Erin Bowman. I actually don't know a whole lot about this book, and I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, but everything I have heard really makes me want to read it. First off, it's a YA Western, which I don't think I've ever read anything like that before, so that alone has me interested. Then, I'm pretty sure it's a standalone, and I love a good standalone. And then it has has the whole girl disguised as a boy trope, which I love. And not only that, but she's seeking revenge, and I've heard that it's very gritty and realistic, and it sounds like something I want to read, which is why I bought it. Next up, I have here First and Then by Emma Mills. Now, some of you might be familiar with Emma Mills as the YouTuber Elmify, and personally, I haven't really been interested in many other books that YouTubers have put out. Like, a lot of YouTubers have put out books in the last year or two, and I haven't bought any of them, but I bought this one. And it's kind of weird because I actually haven't really been into contemporary lately. Like, I don't even remember the last contemporary book I read, but this one just sounds really good, and I like Elmify's videos. And I don't feel like she wrote a book just to capitalize on her YouTube fame or anything. Like, she didn't release this book as a YouTuber, she released it as a YA author. And also, it just sounds really good. And also, look at the book without the dust jacket. That is beautiful. Next up, I have here Dumplin by Julie Murphy. I did just say that I wasn't really into contemporary lately, but I have just heard too many good things about this that I couldn't resist. Especially from my friends. Some of my friends have read this and really enjoyed it, and that alone is enough of an endorsement for me to give it a go. Then I have here Ink and Bone by Rachel Kane. This is the first book in a new series about a library, and that's all you need to know. Don't you want to read it? It's a book about books. No, but actually it does have a really cool premise. It's set in an alternate world where the Great Library of Alexandria has survived, but the personal ownership of books is forbidden. Like, the librarians control all knowledge and information. So it sounds like a really compelling world because you have all this knowledge, but there's also oppression, and there's like politics, and it just sounds like a good read, so I want to read it. And finally, I have here The Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. This is the third and final book in the All Souls trilogy, and I actually have not yet even read the first book, but I own the first two books in paperback, and the paperback of the third book finally came out, so I had to get this so my collection would match, and so it's ready for the marathoning. So many people have recommended this series to me, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it. Like, it sounds really good, I really want to read it, and now I can read all three back to back to back, because that's what I like to do. Alright, there you have it. That was my November book haul, and that's gonna be it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great night, and I will have another video up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye!